Hi, it's Qing. I'm in my studio. It's Heights of Wellness. This is another part of the studio because I'm going to do some lecture for you before we really even move. So lecture it's a little tough word. So some of the theory based on behind the movement. I love to teach Qigong and I love to use the Qigong theory. So what does Qigong mean? Qigong mean energy cultivation. So then you say, okay, how do you cultivate energy, right? So where did that come from? It came from it based on and disguised in this thing right here, this chart. It was called the yin-yang symbol, the yin and yang symbol. So what does this symbol cover, disguise? Okay, so there are three things. Just by looking at it, right? You say there's two parts. There's a white part, there's a black part, divided by this S line, when I'm not quite sure what it is. Then it's round, okay, so three things. There's a two, but it's one symbol, and it's in the round, because it's not in a square or triangle, so there must be some meaning behind, right? If you're curious, you create question. Then what your job is to try to find an answer, right? So this yin-yang symbol can represent our body, our health, and the nature, and many other things. So and of course movement. So we're going to talk about that three things. So let's start with our body first, okay? Here we go. I'm going to open the question. Here we go. What's that S line? That's actually represent your diaphragm. So in the TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, we say body divided by diaphragm. Above the diaphragm, I'll take this off. Above the diaphragm, there's one part that's so important, it's the air. Air gives us energy, right? Qi means energy. So air goes into your lung. Next place, it goes to your heart. Your heart, the hemoglobin, carry the oxygenated blood delivered to every single cell. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk. That's it. So now, next one below the diaphragm is food, our mouth. You're drinking and eating. Your body will digest, right? Convert that food into good energy. So you cannot eat junk. Okay, so I'm sorry I said it, right? So you cannot eat junk. So now you have, so upper level qi, air. Lower level energy, food. Guess what the last thing? It's round. That means you move, you change, you got to move. So basically three things. Air, nutrition, exercise, right? Give you wellness. And of course we can go in more about every little things. So I will teach breath work and we'll talk about a little bit of nutrition because everybody's different. So it's really hard to put into one way, okay? And then exercise. But the good thing is like exercise, there's always wrong way, right way, because you have to recruit the right muscle, right? So if I reach my arm, I use deltoid, I'm not gonna use my mid-trap. So it's always the right way. So it's easier. I love my work because it's really easy. Simply, that was wrong, this is right, okay? So now we're gonna talk about what's this two dot represent, right? A lot of people kind of think about, I don't know what's that two dots there. So let's think about this. So 4,000 years ago, Chinese doctor, it says, well, we have two brains. Isn't that cool? Now we say, so past 20 years, we keep saying microbiome. So what happened is the gut brain, right, influenced the thinking brains. What happened? Addiction. I'm addicted to sugar. I'm not. I am, of course, everybody is. So, but you have to use your brain and say, okay, that's enough. I won't feel so good. So the sugar and salt and the fat, the good fat is fine. So finding what's good fat. So now, so they influence each other. That's why I put it reverse so you can see it better, right? So at the other part is also, you never absolute right. You got to check, right, a little bit of your brain. And you never absolute wrong. You have to think. So that help you, that inner voice, what subconscious might talk to you, say, okay, Qing, think about it before you talk, right? So gradually, it's automatic. So that would be fabulous. So that's our body. I also explained that. And guess what? We're going to use this to nature. So that's daytime, nighttime. And it moves to what? Tomorrow. It keep going. Daytime, nighttime, tomorrow. So some area, depends where you're at, the daytime shorter, nighttime's longer, or reverse, but that's okay. But it's always have these two parts. Change always happen. So now, so if I ask you, do you know what's this two represent in the nature? Okay, I think somebody answered it really nicely, probably, and also very correctly. Yes, that's your sun and the moon. So during the daytime, you look up, you don't see the moon, right? In the morning, you might still see the moon there, but it's not as bright, right? Have you seen that? I hope so. I hope you're like early bird. You can see a lot of amazing color. Same thing, sundown, you can see a lot of amazing color. So that's the moon disguised during the day. And at night, they shine, right? The reflection from the sun makes a beautifully bright, bright moon. We love to see it. So same thing. So daytime, nighttime, it moves to tomorrow. So how we're going to use that opposition, right? Opposition, black and white, into nothing wrong with that, okay? So you say, if I don't do something wrong, I don't know how to make it right. So it's just don't do too many, okay? So we learn from mistake, which is don't beat yourself up. So I say, oh, I'm going to learn my lesson, like my God says, right? I don't do that again. The God is memory, and also wake you up, right? So now, how we apply those three principles into movement. So quickly here, the first one, there's, if you want to go up, there's down. I do simple movement, heel, lift. So I hold it a bit so I can talk to you, so I don't fall on my face. Here we go, inhale. I want to go up, right? So simpler exercise. I teach for a lot of people coming into the store already have injuries. And press down, I say push down, the heel comes out, so I'm rooting. Now I'm slowly going down. I can see the energies through my spine, engage my core, and lower myself so I don't drop myself. So funny things, a lot of times I say, press down, people just look at me. I say, no, press down. I taught you last week, press down. Press what down? I go, so remember, everything's repetition. I say, okay, let's do that again. You push down, so your heel, we're doing heel lifting, right? Heel lifting, you push down, you heel up. Okay, so another thing is like, there's right, there's left. This is my right arm. I reach, I expand myself. So you can see my energy goes opposite, can you expand? And we just did up and down, right and left. Now diagonal, same thing. If I want to bounce, reaching, I reach far away, right? Same thing. If you're gonna reach something over the puddle of water, you have to reach back before you go forward. You just keep going forward, you fall right into that puddle. Your body knows what to do already. If we just pay attention to it, guess what? Become technique. Isn't that cool? Become very useful. So now, next one is stabilization, mobilization, okay? If I say that we're gonna move the neck, shoulder down stays. So I use the muscle on the neck to rotate. Gradually, I will tell you what muscle is using to do all that movement. I move laterally flex, I'm stretching this side, okay? Again, stretch. So just within that movement, right? So I will contract the right side. I will contract the right side, my left side stretch. So another thing is, with one action, you get equal opposite reaction. One action, equal opposite reaction. Okay, another one I can show you for about stabilization, right? Stabilization, mobilization. I stabilize, I lift this knee up, but this one stay. If I laterally rotate, this still stay. If I reaching out, this one still stay, because that's what's holding me. If I just go, I'm falling, I go goodbye. So that's not good, right? So stabilization, we don't see. We love to copy movement, but we don't know what really technique's about. So this we don't want to be that simple, right? So gradually you see the whole picture. Okay, so with same thing with the equal opposite action, right? So if I do, I'm going to contract my biceps, my bicep, my tricep stretching. Contract the triceps, my bicep is stretching. So if you have injury, you want to stretch the bicep, you're reaching back and opening up. I'm going to teach you all that. I'm going to teach you exercise. I'm going to also teach you how to prevent injury. I'm also teach you how to recover from injuries. That's three things, right? So that's fabulous. You're going to learn all that. So once you understand, you create a wonderful, very sound technique, and also help you recover faster than other people, and you'll be happy. So you use all this understanding, start with the theory here. You can apply to your favorite sport, no matter what you racket sports, because it's always one side. What happened to this side, right? So you're gonna get injured because you're constantly doing repetitive movement and overuse one side. And so you can also use it, help you teach yoga better, teaching Pilates better, dance better, any physical movement, okay? Swimming, ice skating, there are tons of things, right? And then the other things in your profession too. If you are a surgeon, right, you always, your head's my forehead. Dentist has that too. Hairdresser, musician, chef. I'm going to teach you, all of you, how to recover. So you can do your job better and better without, right, deplete. Okay, so if you like the way how I teach, how I approach to teach, please subscribe and like the channel, right? So as your new discovery, okay? And also, of course, check my book, which is called A One Body, One Life Within Your Control, a symbiotic approach to wellness. The symbiotics, right? Eastern and the Western, which you're gonna hear a lot of muscle, how to use them. So next week, we're gonna start move. We're gonna apply all this together. Thank you for being with me. You take good care. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.